Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. All the internet buzz is about Joe Rogan. Never met the man. We tried to get on his podcast, but he had no interest. I don't take it personally. I think I'm a pretty lively guest, but Joe Rogan doesn't want me on a show. I would have had to fly to Austin, Texas, and, not an easy journey for me. So busy, but Rogan and Elon Musk were talking about who should buy MSNBC, the ultra-liberal arm of NBC News, the cable channel. So MSNBC still makes money, but its audience is dwindling and has never really been big. So it came on the air in 1996 before the Fox News channel, about 4 months earlier than FNC. And originally it was a partnership between NBC News and Microsoft, and they were going to cover hard news 24/7 like CNN. But then they did poorly, so that they brought in all the radical leftists, and they started the hate campaign against Trump, and you know where it is. So now it's a disaster. The whole thing is it's a public relations disaster for NBC News. Their brand's getting hurt. The parent company Comcast wants to dump it, and so they're spinning it off into some kind of no-spin thing. I don't even know what it is, and but believe me, if you had the cash, NBC would sell it to you. So nobody has the cash except if you're a gazillionaire like Musk, right? And so Rogan is talking to Musk about buying a thing, and I don't know, Rogan would be on it. I don't think he's going to buy it. Now, what is the downside to buying MSNBC? Well, number one, you have to fire everybody, and that's never pleasant. I don't want anybody to lose their job. But there isn't anybody on there. Ari Melber, probably the most reasonable at 6. I might keep him, put him in political rehab, pundit rehab. He's smart. I don't think he's a hater. The rest of them, pretty much all down the line, are haters. And why do you want them around? I mean, they're not entertaining. They just hate. If you like hate, you watch MSNBC and The View. Those are the two big hate platforms. So the problem is that Americans now are walking away from all cable. And there are two reasons. Number one, it's boring. Most of those cable shows are just, we'll see at the end of the day. By the way, I mean, they're telling you stuff you already know 80 times. They got these big panels, there's 5, 6 people. You don't know who any of these people are. They say stuff 2 minutes later, you don't remember what they said, you can't follow it. There's no wit, there's no humor. There's no perspective, there's no learning, there's no news gathering. It's just a waste. When people say, oh, I watch, I go, why? What can you possibly learn on those places? It's like the network news, all 3 of them at 6:30 or 6 in your zone, wherever you are. They all do the same stuff in the same way. Not telling you anything you don't know, but cable's worse. So people don't want to pay that $200 a month cable bill, okay? And they're going, I'm going to get Rumble, or I'm going to get, there's a million of these things you can get. So the cable industry, I think 5 million people bailed last year, and it's accelerating now. Fox News is the most successful. ESPN and Fox News are the most successful cable. And both of them, ESPN is firing everybody, because the profit margins are shrinking. Fox is riding the Trump wave. Trump wave will subside in February, all right? And Fox will always beat CNN and MSNBC because outside of Newsmax, and Newsmax is small, Fox does give traditional Americans perspective. Most of the people on Fox are conservative or traditional or Republican. But they don't ban the other side, like MSNBC. I can't even name anybody on that network that's not liberal. I'm sure maybe there's one or two, but I don't know them. CNN is trying to get a few conservatives in there, but they're outnumbered 10-1. But Fox, they have liberal people on there, and but it's tailored for conservatives. 95% of FNC's audience is right wing. When I was doing the factor, it was 60. So we did extensive research on the O'Reilly factor. It was 60% traditional conservative, 20% liberal, and 20% independent. Because the show was entertaining. It wasn't all, I hate Biden, no, I hate Kamala, no, I hate Trump. No. We had Dennis Miller on. We had all of these special things, Jesse Waters, World, out on the street. We did a lot of stuff. I made sure that program was as entertaining as I could possibly make it, as well as being informative. And we had great characters on and a lot of fun. And that's why that show dominated. And nobody will ever beat it because that era is gone. So getting back to MSNBC, if you buy the channel, you're buying a shrinking industry. An industry that in 5 years, maybe it'll still be there in some form, but not in the form it is today. Even Fox News is going to have to cut a lot of people. And I understand they're also slicing salaries over there, which I think is true. Because again, the revenue is falling. And people are coming to the alternative, like Rogan, like me, and they're getting their information. And that's both good and bad. Because on cable, there's no overseer. I don't have anybody overseeing me. I run the corporation. But I am in the business 50 years and I have discipline. I sell discipline. Journalistic and historical discipline. That's what I am selling here. And if you watch the No Spin News, our television broadcast, or listen to it on the radio, and everything's accessed, we live on BillO'Reilly.com, you see the discipline. I mean, just this week, we ran a montage of all my predictions that were correct. Where do you see that? It's pretty stunning. And I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I understand how it all works. And I'm not afraid to tell you, even if it goes against your orthodoxy. So they're going to have a tough time selling MSNBC. I think it'll just spin off into oblivion someplace. But as always, I could be wrong. Thanks for watching. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.